Welcome to the show.
Chris and I, today, he texted me. I was still asleep and I did the half-assed response like, yep.
That's like every response you've ever given me.
And then wow, bring that up. Now, when I actually woke up, I saw, hey, you wanted to see Ghost in the Shell? I'm like, yeah, dog, let's friggin' do it. That was about 10 hours ago. And we went and saw the movie.
Good story.
Wait, did you go and see a morning movie?
It was like midday.
Okay,
So
midday's okay.
my hour count is a bit off.
There was a
Like,
10:30 one, but I was like, nah.
I love
can't go to the movies at
10:30
10:30.
movies.
lunchtime movies.
It's
That's
are
like
pretty good.
grandpa time.
If you go there by yourself with a bucket of chicken, that's
Can you sneak
Shivers.
that in?
anything in.
The laws are different. Like, you can actually bring whatever you want in.
Yeah.
The laws are
The
different.
laws have
The laws.
changed.
The
laws of the land.
cinema.
They have.
I don't think they're called laws.
No, Malcolm Turnbull. He passed the
Thanks,
new
Malcolm.
law.
No, it happened a
Laws.
couple of years ago where suddenly they just weren't allowed to say you can't bring that in.
No, but it depends on the cinema. Some do.
You
Some
can say,
do.
I have a disease and I must eat chicken
What's that disease called?
to
Yes.
keep myself alive.
Called the HN.
Called obesity.
Yeah, it's called diabetes.
It depends on the cinema.
So Ghost in the Shell, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We saw it. What's Ghost in the Shell about, Chris?
Ghost in the
No
Shell.
spoilers.
No spoilers?
It came
Oh.
out today.
Okay.
Well, it's a movie from a long time ago, 15 years ago, right?
It's an anime from about 15 years ago.
Very, very long time ago.
That
Oh, I wrote notes about this one because it's actually quite interesting. Ghost in the Shell is a movie about
so
Set
you
in-
look at those. I'll tell
set
them
in
what
the
it's about.
future, right?
So it's in the future where cybernetics and humans are very integrated with each other. So everyone has like implants in their heads. Everyone's got like robot arms, robot legs. It's actually kind of a future that like is very plausible. Like you see future movies like that's not going to happen. But in this movie, everything that came up, I was like, I want that. That actually seems awesome. Except like some of the connectivity stuff.
So
Like,
lots of them,
I don't want to get hacked. Like, you know?
they have like all the implants, like robot eyes and mind stuff.
Go on.
Extra storage and stuff.
Yeah.
SD card
Wow.
slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone pretty much turns into a console. Think about that.
Oh.
Would you?
Do they get controlled? Like, can the
Ooh.
government control them?
They could get hacked.
That's a bit spoilery.
Oh,
but-
sorry.
I don't know. Could you? Would you get implants and updates if you could?
Absolutely.
Yes.
What would you get?
But the idea is everyone is
What wouldn't I
connected
get?
as well, so there is the vulnerability of being connected.
Yes.
I might get like a robot arm,
Yeah, for sure.
but
Legs. And then I just run everywhere.
Yeah.
Fast. Don't have to pay for petrol.
So the main character is a brain inside of a shell. And the
shell?
shell means just a body.
Okay.
So she's.
It's not a
full
seashell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was confused.
So instead of having a robot eye, the whole thing's a robot. But inside is human.
Yeah, the brain is the only human part.
Is there an actual squishy brain inside
Yes.
the...
Yes.
Wow.
brain.
Would you like me to say
Do you
it
know what a
again?
brain
The
is?
brain, and
Brain.
then put it inside
In a robot
a
head.
shell
robot.
of a
So
of a robot.
They really hammer you over the head with it's still got a soul or a ghost. The ghost and the soul are kind of the
Oh
same
my
thing.
gosh.
Wait, how does
Would
it
you
have
say
a soul?
it's a
like, is
ghost
the brain
in the
is
shell?
soul
They
in
don't
the
shut
brain?
up about it.
Yeah. So
Really?
one of the big... do you want to talk first? Because
Alright, so we're talking about...
you be nice about it. I'll obliterate it.
Ooh,
And I was going to...
that's
Well,
spoiler.
go nice
I'll be
first.
as nice as I can. This movie looks really good.
Mm.
It's beautiful. Like, it's very, like, cool colours and, like, the future city looks really, really nice.
Scarlett Johansson, who doesn't love a bit of that?
Scarlett Johansson, she's white. But
She's
it's
probably
okay.
the worst part of it, honestly. Go on.
Oh,
No, I disagree. But they do, seriously, they don't shut up about the ghost and the shell. Okay, I've seen the original movie, just the number one. Is there like 3 movies and a TV show?
Let's not talk about that because we
There's
get
plenty.
convoluted and we don't know enough about
Okay,
it. Let's
so-
talk about purely just the movie.
Okay, well, I can't talk about the movie without talking about what the movie is, and it's a remake of another movie.
Right.
So, they don't shut up about the ghost and the shell.
Mm.
In the original movie, like, it's just called Ghost in the Shell. They don't say, you are a ghost inside a shell. Because we know. We know.
so it's
Like,
pretty obvious here.
So,
that she's the
and
ghost
seriously,
in the shell.
they say, there is a ghost. It's your mind in a shell. Your robot body. I'm like, everybody knows.
I think they say it 4
They
times.
say it so many times. Like,
Yeah.
we
Oh.
get it. How many times do you have to tell us? It's so frustrating. It's like they got to dumb it down so that the stupidest possible person could watch this and be like, "Oh, the ghost
she's
is her
the ghost
brain.
in her shell.
The shell is her body." What?
Whoa.
And so they really dumbed it down, and it was really frustrating because the original movie is like, it's an examination of like what it means to be human and all this stuff, and they kind of go there, but they don't really. They talk about it, but the movie's not actually about that. They talk about it. They say, "Well, what does it mean to be human when I have robot eyes?"
Which,
They say it out loud,
yeah.
but they don't paint the picture with the movie.
The big problem with this movie is, at the end of it, if you'd asked me what this movie is about, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
No, you'd be able to say it's about a robot lady.
The ghost in the shell.
So they don't.
That's not like what it's about. No. It seems like that's what it's about. It's about her figuring out her past, I guess, maybe, sort of.
So I think that's
What?
the worst thing is the script. Like, it's not written very...
It's very much
Clever.
tell you what's happening
Very
rather
basic.
than like actually show you what's happening.
A lot of movies recently, in like the past 5-6 years, have this where, like, just useless amounts of exposition where they have to say what they're doing. Oh, now we have to go save the doctor, or like, you know what I mean? Like, they have to
Yeah.
explain the plot to you,
It's very sad.
and they can't just show you something. They have to, again, make a comment about it.
Yeah, it's a real shame because the movie's like visually flawless. Like, it's beautiful
It's very cool.
from start to end. You can tell whoever like the DOP was or the special effects guys really love the original
So
because it's exactly the same.
watch it
like
on mute?
real life. Yeah, seriously.
Oh, I also, you know what else I really liked is her mate, the blonde Bolko was his name.
Yeah, he was hectic.
He was so good. He was very cool.
He's like a really cool character in the
Yeah.
originals.
He
But,
was awesome.
My main problem was like the movie didn't know what it was about, and two was I don't think she sold it in the same way that Danny Rand doesn't sell being a martial artist.
I disagree. I think she was good.
Every time she was kicking someone, I'm like, you're so soft.
I completely disagree.
Because she's a woman?
No.
No, but I always think that, like, when Angelina Jolie or Scarlett Johansson is beating someone up, I always think, like,
And
this guy's like a mountain and you're a little girl. This just doesn't make sense.
But she's a robot.
No, and I believed it in this movie. Like, the way...
I didn't.
I guess it's, like, good stunt work and good acting, but, like, the way she moved, like, when she punched something, it wasn't like a person punches something. It was like a hydraulic machine. Like, so I disagree. I believed her punching. And she...
I'd like Scarlett Johansson. I think she is a great actress, but I just don't think she pulled this one off because it's like she's acting like a robot. Does that make sense?
Well, she is.
So instead of like acting like a person who is a robot, she's acting like someone who would act like if they thought a robot would look like this. So whenever she's walking into a room, she's like, and she's never like looking like a normal person just standing. She's always looking like...
It's because she's a robot, bro.
Arnie pulled it
So
off
you're
well
s-
in Terminator 2, though. And that
Yeah.
was years ago.
So he looked like a robot.
Yeah, but this is...
But he
And
didn't
they keep-
have a human brain.
And let's
It's a
talk about
little more
let's talk about the
complicated.
race thing that everyone's complaining about as
Why
well.
is she white?
Why is she white? Which, I know that's a spoiler. I can't get into that. But one element of it that I thought was quite funny, and I was like, you guys should really re-edit this to not do this. But they kept talking about how beautiful she is. but then, you know what's funnier is that this is terrible. But when you kind of find out, this isn't spoiler, but
Sounds like a spoiler.
when you kind of see what she used to look like before she was just a brain,
She wasn't white?
it was Asian.
No.
Did you notice that? I was like,
What?
I was like, okay, they made her more beautiful, i.e., not Asian.
Wow.
Wow.
Which they didn't say that, but I felt that.
It's the one thing that they didn't tell you, but they showed you.
I didn't feel that.
I was like, ooh.
But wait, why
I
is the
said,
problem
ooh.
that she's white? Is it set?
the
in
original?
Asian?
It's in Japan.
Oh,
It's
okay,
a Japanese
gotcha.
show
Neo
Yep.
Tokyo.
based in
Okay.
Japan. Everybody's Japanese.
Yep.
And then they make a movie about it, and it's a white guy.
And so is everyone else in the movie Japanese?
No.
No.
Oh, so
it's
it's
actually a pretty good mix,
It's pretty
like
mixed.
all over.
Yeah.
As in, like, there's different cultures, which it seems like everyone's fled to Japan or something.
I
Does it
think
seem
the
like
world
that?
is just so interconnected now. Everyone is everywhere. Like there's one character
Okay.
speaks in a different language, and everyone just gets it because we're all advanced. We can understand.
Ah, Google Translate in my
Technology
brain.
has brought
Oh.
us together.
Wow.
There was one thing that I thought was really funny when they were driving, right? And they get the call on the radio or whatever. You gotta go here. He's like, all right, and then he takes off. And he turns around the corner, right? And they gotta go. They're driving this way. They gotta go left. And he's like, okay, here we come. But instead of turning left, he goes right and does a donut around and then goes left. I thought that was hilarious.
I thought I was like, cool turn, bro.
Why did he do it?
No.
Because he's hardcore.
Maybe it was filmed in Melbourne.
He's like, all right, let's go. And he goes, turns right. And I'm like, okay. But then he turns around and goes back.
Maybe it was a no left turn zone.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Did he get confused? Right away.
And there was like a Martha moment. Martha, why did you say that?
No way.
Yeah, that's kind of spoilery. Anyway, we're just gonna ruin it if we keep talking about it with spoilers.
I can
So-
say that's a
So,
Martha
Should
moment.
we
I
see
should I
it?
watch it?
Yeah.
There's a Martha moment. So the ending part of Superman
Don't
versus
ruin it.
Batman, there's one of those moments. That's not a spoiler.
No, it's not.
Question: do I go and pay money to watch this movie?
Well, I mean, tickets $10. So.
If you really like the original,
$10?
I'd go for it. Yeah, it's just kind of boring.
So no? DVD?
Yeah, maybe. I'm probably never gonna watch it again.
You actually like Iron Fist, so you'll probably
You
love
should
it.
definitely watch it.
If you like visuals, it's good.
I mean,
That's enough about that.
I'm on the fence.
So,
I think
massive.
you should see it.
one question.
Really?
Watch the
Was the
original.
music amazing?
Music was very good.
Because in the originals, the music was maybe they used the same songs.
It felt the same as something else. I couldn't put
Was
my
it like
finger on it though.
There, a little bit,
Yeah?
especially at the beginning and end. But no, the music was pretty good. Not as good as the original, but very good. It was
It was
good.
alright.
All right.
Topic 3.